Marriage happens between two people. And our Vedas inform us that there is nothing apart from God in this world. Yatra yena yato yasya yasmai yadyadhyatha yada syaditam bhagavan sakshat pradhana purusheshvara. The Bhagavatam states, whatever there is, wherever there is, it is only Bhagavan. Narayan told Brahmaji in the Chatushloki Bhagavat, Aham eva sameva gre nanyadyat sadasat param paschadaham yadetaccha yova shishyeta sosmyaham. Brahmaji, when this world did not exist, I alone existed. All that exists in the form of the world is me. Where this world ceases to exist, if you take a spaceship and continue, somewhere it will finish. What is beyond that? Me alone. And at the time of Mahapralaya, I alone will remain. There is nothing apart from me. It is all one Bhagavan and his many Shaktis. But the problem is that Bhagavan alone would become bored. Like for example, let's say in the summer vacation, your spouse and children have gone off and you're alone for 1 month. How bored you will become. So Bhagavan also, for his own entertainment, divided himself into two. Ekoyam anadirayam purusham ekamevasti tadeva rupam dvidha vidhaya tasmat radhana parobhut radhikanandam veda vido vadanti. So one Bhagavan became Krishna and Radha. Now there is an opportunity between them to do varieties of loving activities. So Bhagavan's ras increases. Now there is scope for marriage. We have heard of the marriage ceremony between Rukmini and Shree Krishna. When Rukmini became 14 years of age, her father Bhishmak, he was actually so detached he wanted to leave home. The Naradji came, your daughter is of marriageable age, at least get her married, then you can leave. So Bhishmak said, all right, he asked his son Rukmi, we have to start looking for a bridegroom for our Rukmini. Rukmini said, Pitaji, there is no need. I have already given my heart to Sri Krishna who lives in Dwarka. And Rukmi said, impossible. I have decided my sister will get married to Shishupal. And he, along with Jarasandh and other princes and kings, they are reaching here tomorrow. And we will get the marriage done tomorrow itself. Rukmini thought that this is terrible now. I will have to take some drastic immediate action. She wrote a letter and got her servant Sudev that go as fast as you can and deliver it to Dwarkadhish. So Rukmini out there wrote 7 verses. Amazing. She starts with the first verse. That, O Tribhuvan Sundar Shri Krishna, which woman in this world would not be attracted to you and want to marry you? But I have also made myself eligible for you. The problem is that my father has decided my marriage with Shishupal. It is not appropriate. That food which was meant for the lion is going to be snatched away by the jackal. If you want to make amends, you will need to come immediately. Sri Krishna told Sudev, you go, I am coming as fast as I can. Next morning the kings had come and all the arrangements were being made. Out here Rukmini's mother said to Rukmini, go and worship Jagadamba. Their family temple was just outside the town, the temple of Jagadamba Mother Parvati. So just like Sita went to Gauri, Rukmani went with her Sakhis to Jagadamba. Out there, Sri Krishna was arriving at full speed. And Rukmani, when she worshipped Jagadamba, she prayed that I should get Sri Krishna as my husband. And Jagadamba, from the Murti, a flower fell as a blessing. All the soldiers of Bhishmak were there. And when Rukmani came out, at that time itself, Sri Krishna came from Dwaraka. So he was on a chariot. In the olden days, there were different kinds of Vivah. One is the Swayamvar, we all know, where the bride takes the Jaymala and selects. And for warriors, Kshatriyas, it was allowed. If they had the power, they could snatch the bride and go. And Sri Krishna was a Kshatriya. So he came. And moment Rukmani came out of that garden, Sri Krishna came. Rukmani lifted her hand, immediately realizing Sri Krishna held her and took her onto the chariot and departed. And all the soldiers, they just kept standing. One soldier asked the other that, why did you not stop them? The other said, I was looking and thinking Jodi bahut badhiya rahegi. So these kind of Leelas could not have happened if God remained one. And then he further expands himself. Ekoyam bahusyam prajayeti. So we have Krishna, we have Radha, and Radhaji's expansions. Now the closest expansions are like Vrinda or Tulsi Devi. And then there are further expansions which includes us little tiny souls as well. We are the differentiated expansions. Now there are varieties of Leelas that are possible with so many expansions of Krishna and Radha. And these are eternally taking place in the divine abode of Krishna, which is Golok. In that, those Leelas, there's planning required, there is organization required. So the task, the seva of organizing the whole thing is given to Vrinda Devi. That Vrinda Devi is like the commander. She is also sometimes called Bhakti Devi. By her blessing, you get Bhakti. So Vrinda Devi is a tremendously powerful personality in Golok. But then, these Leelas are of different categories, because there are different levels of souls. Some souls are Nitya Badh like ourselves. We have been under Maya since the beginning. Some souls are Nitya Siddh. They are eternally beyond Maya. They were never in Maya. And some souls become Sadhan Siddh. They were under Maya, but then they do sadhana and they achieve Siddhi. So for that, for recruiting souls, Bhagavan comes into this material world and displays varieties of pastimes to give us all the opportunity to engage in bhakti. And one of those Leelas was that Vrinda, she descended in this world and she got married to Jalandhar, a Rakshas. And Vrinda was so chaste by the virtue of her chastity. Jalandhar had tremendous power, he was invincible. And because he was a demon, he was troubling the Devatas. They prayed to Vishnu. So Vishnu did what today's terminology, he did an intervention. He came in the form of Jalandhar and he united with Vrinda. Consequence of that was that Jalandhar lost all his power. Subsequently, he was killed. When Vrinda came to know of this, she was annoyed and she was also pleased. And she cursed Vishnu that you have cheated me in this way, you will become stone or Shaligram. And she also prayed to Vishnu to liberate her from that body. And Vishnu said, you will take on the body of this plant, Tulsi, which will always be worshipped, and without which the puja, the bhakti will not be complete. So the same Vrinda took on the form of Tulsi. She who is Vrinda in Golok is Tulsi in Vaikuntha Lok, and she is Tulsi here in our Mrityu Lok as well. But like I said, she is also Bhakti Devi, and she bestows the blessings of Bhakti.